Question 1. What are traffic lights in MRP? Answer. Red equals the stock is not available, yellow equals the stock is in average level stock, green equals the stock is available. Question 2. What is MRP list and what is the use of it? Answer. Definition of the MRP list. The system creates MRP lists during the planning run according to how you set the creation indicator. These lists contain the planning result for the material. The MRP list always displays the stock requirements situation at the time of the last planning run, and it also provides a work basis for the MRP controller. Changes that are made after the planning date are not taken into consideration, so the list is static. MRP lists are stored in the system until they are either deleted manually or replaced by new lists from a subsequent planning run. Question 3. What is the use of stock requirement list? Answer. In the stock requirements list, the most up-to-date stock and requirements situation is displayed. The main difference between the MRP list and the stock requirements list is that each time the stock requirements list is called up, the system selects the various MRP elements and displays the most up-to-date situation. You thus always see the current availability situation of the material in the stock requirements list. Changes that are made after the planning date are displayed directly. Question 4. What does MRP controller means? Answer. The MRP controller is a person or a group of persons responsible for monitoring material availability. You can use the number entered here, for example, to select the planning results per MRP controller. Every material that is relevant to the planning run must be assigned an MRP controller number in the material master record. You can also determine a special person for back order processing who receives a mail if a goods receipt was posted for a missing part. You must enter the mail name of this person in the field entitled recipient name. Question 5. What is MRP group and what is the use of it? Answer. MRP groups. In this step, you can carry out the total maintenance of the MRP groups and you can allocate a material type to an MRP group. The MRP group is an organizational object that can be used to allocate special control parameters for planning to a group of materials. You can maintain MRP groups if planning control per plant is not precise enough for your requirements and you want to allocate certain material groups different control parameters from the plant parameters. For this purpose, MRP groups are defined with these specific control parameters and are assigned to the material in the material master record. Question 6. What is purpose of schedule margin key? Answer. In this step, you specify the floats for determining the basic dates of the planned orders. The floats are allocated to the material via the release period key in the material master record. Opening period. The opening period represents the number of workdays that are subtracted from the order start date in order to determine the order creation date. This time is used by the MRP controller as a float for converting planned orders into purchase requisitions or into production orders. Float before production. The float before production represents the number of workdays that are planned as a float between the order start date, planned start date, and the production start date, target start date. On the one hand, this float is intended to guarantee that delays in staging a material do not delay the production start. On the other hand, the production dates can be brought forward by means of the float to cope with capacity bottleneck. Float after production. The float after production should provide a float for the production process to cope with any disruptions so that there is no danger that the planned finish date will be exceeded. You plan the float after production between order finish date, planned finish date, and scheduled end, target finish date. Release period. The release period represents the number of workdays that are subtracted from the order start date in order to determine the production order release. The release period is only relevant for production order management. Question 7. What is opening period? Answer. The opening period represents the number of workdays that are subtracted from the order start date in order to determine the order creation date. This time is used by the MRP controller as a float for converting planned orders into purchase requisitions or into production orders. Question 8. What is SLA, Service Level Agreements? Answer. Service Level Agreements, SLA, define the attributes for service products, for example, maintenance, hotline, that have been agreed upon with the customer in service contract. The SLA confirms different parameters, such as response time, availability time and system availability. Question 9. What are basic date? Answer: earliest date for the execution of the production order. This date takes into account the float before production. If, on order creation, a planned order exists for the production order or process order, then the order dates are taken from the planned order. When scheduling the production order, the system tries to adhere to the order dates, if necessary, with reduction measures. If it is not possible to adhere to the basic dates and if the control parameter in customizing allows the basic dates to be adjusted, the system adjusts the basic dates of the order during the scheduling run. If the control parameter in customizing does not allow the basic dates to be adjusted, the order keeps the basic dates of the planned order. If the production order is created manually, you must enter at least one order date manually. The scheduling type determines which order dates you must enter. Question 10. What is planning time fence? Answer: the planning time fence specifies a period within which no automatic changes are to be made to the master plan. The planning time fence is maintained in work days. Question 11. What is planning horizon? Answer: in this step, you define the planning horizon. This planning horizon specifies the period for the net change planning in the planning horizon. In this kind of net change planning, only those materials that have undergone a change that is relevant to MRP within the planning horizon are included in the planning run. Such materials receive a net change planning indicator in the planning file. You make this specification for a plant. You can define an alternative planning horizon for MRP group. Question 12. What is group BOM? Answer: alphanumeric character string used to uniquely identify a BOM. Use: if you assign a meaningful number to a BOM group, this gives you an additional way of accessing the BOM. The system stores the following under a BOM group, or all the alternatives in a multiple BOM, or all the BOMs entered for a variant BOM. Question 13. What is costing? How it is affected the PP? Answer: determining the material costs of a product. When you calculate production costs using a quantity structure, the system automatically determines the BOM and all the BOM items that are relevant to costing, in order to calculate manufacturing cost. Question 14. What is meaning of customized reports? Answer: the report which is not using SAP standard report. Question 15. What is LSMW? Answer: the LSM workbench is an SAP system tool that supports you when copying data from non-SAP systems. Question 16. What do we do in realization phase? Answer: provide RECEF, configuration documents, integration test, BPP, UAT, unit test and implement some SAP node. Question 17. In LSMW, which is most important step? Answer: maintain object attributes, maintain source structures, maintain source fields, maintain structure relations, maintain field mapping and conversion rules, maintain fixed values, translations, user-defined routines. Question 18. How requirements are reduced after they are produced? Answer: REQMTs are reduced automatically after delivery is made to the particular order. Question 19. Can't one material be assigned to more than one operation in a routing? Answer: one material from a BOM cannot be assigned to different operations. It can be done by defining the material for so many times as required in the BOM. Question 20. How to insert an inspection checkpoint at the end of an operation? Answer: if in process sample is to be defined, assign inspection type O3 in the material master, then create MICs and assign them in the routings. System automatically generates the inspection lots.